diseases that are, or quote unquote diseases that are common, like Alzheimer's and all these things, is there like a collective trauma? I studied Jung, and he talked a lot about like the collective unconscious being very tied to all people. Is there some type of collective trauma as well that can potentially cause these very rapid quote unquote diseases?
Well, I always looked at the individual, so yes, there could be some collective thing going on, but what's most interesting is the individual, because it doesn't show up in everybody. So even if there is a collect whatever, well, it's only showing up in some people and not every single person, and so with Alzheimer's, we have to look at double brainstem constellation. So feeling isolated, feeling abandoned, feeling kicked out, feeling left out, can create this sense of disorientation. Separation conflicts cause dementia, so not being able to remember things. And so, it always makes sense. When you look at the person's life story, when you look at what happened to them prior to the onset of their symptoms, you can put the dots together, and there's always a way in which it makes biological sense that this individual is dealing with what they're dealing with. Now, ancestrally and what goes on in family lines and collective, that's all very interesting too, but it had to get triggered within that one individual for it to show up in their experience.
Got it. And just because you said the word ancestor, and in my head, I'm thinking of like our ancestors have dealt with, all types of traumas, of loss, of separation, of devaluation. So is there potentially a solution for everything almost, because our ancestors have gone through almost everything?
Well, yeah, I mean, that there is a template for that. It's like, that we are proof of the adaptability to life circumstances. We're the proof that we can overcome and persist beyond. But the thing is, paying attention to what keeps happening in my family, because if a storyline isn't complete, and so there's this really interesting kind of avenue within, so they use the basis of the 5 biological laws, but it's called recall healing, developed by one of my mentors, Gilbert Reynaud. And he looks at, the 9 months before you were conceived, that moment of conception, the 9 months of your gestation, your first year of life. He also looks at your birth order within your family tree. Because if somebody in your family tree has unfinished business, you are going to see themes, in your life to whichever ancestors that you're connected to, and so if a woman is dealing with, miscarriages or betrayal in relationship, it's like, okay, maybe this didn't start with you. Maybe this is something that somebody in your family tree didn't ever resolve. And so it could kind of, the apple falls and it's fallen to me. So it's on me to resolve this for the family tree, for my ancestors, through awareness, and it's through kind of like telling the story. Because isolation, if somebody wasn't able to express their problem, if they weren't able to share what was overwhelming to them, they just suppressed it, that does energetically kind of just stay in the family system. And that by bringing a voice to it, bringing kind of an intentional desire to release it, Dr. Hammer, he wasn't too into the ancestral component. He was more about like the biological, because, that's one of the things where it's a little more hard to be systematic and scientific and mathematical when it comes to like looking at ancestry. And so this is like a different track. But I have personally found it very interesting, very, very helpful. But yeah, just to kind of put that in there, the Dr. Hammer was more about like looking at the individual, what sparked it within them. But, the branching out to the ancestral stuff, I've just found it very enriching and interesting and helpful.
Very nice. What was the name of that doctor again?
Well, it's Recall Healing. Healing.com, and Gilbert Reynaud is his name.
Gilbert Reynaud. Is he French?
French-Canadian.
French-Canadian. Very nice.
If you believe more constructive information like this should be out there for people to know, please leave a like on this video. And if you're a person who's into self-development in all aspects of their life, please subscribe, because that is what we do here at Good Demand. Keep demanding good things. And if you haven't bought a pair of Good Night Blue Blockers and you use a phone at night or an iPad or TV at night, please consider buying a pair of these. They're beautiful and they work so well and they help support our growth.